Good afternoon, I'm Ianna Contardo. I'm a strategy professor at the IE Business School, and I've been working, teaching, researching in this prestigious institution for the last 10 years. Today, I've been asked to discuss my experience with respect to managing diversity in the classroom. This is a very complex and at the same time fascinating question. Diversity, to begin with, from my point of view, has to do with our own limitations, in the sense that diversity is whatever we don't know. It's whatever is obviously different from what we have acquired, is therefore, in my opinion again, a possibility to become something else, to discover, to also learn the novelties, and to bridge this gap by developing perhaps new skills, new understandings, new learnings. So it's a fascinating topic, it's a complex one. It's a complex one mostly because I believe that when we're confronted with something that different or that diverse, and we have obviously the example of our participants or students in courses that come from numerous and very heterogeneous horizons, have also with them in their baggage a lot of important experiences. When we're confronted with this kind of situations, something might happen that is not so positive, and I'm referring to the idea of becoming fearful, becoming perhaps subject to too complex of being inferior or not being capable of understanding what's going on. And that obviously has this important emotional component that one has to learn about and I think make more explicit to manage better. So over this last decade, as I was saying, and through my own learnings, my errors and my corrections of those errors whenever possible, I think I've come to synthesize a few simple tricks, if one can call them like that, to better manage within the classroom. One of this trick is obviously to have a very clear rule at the very beginning of any course that provides students with the idea that diversity is about richness of an environment from which one is going to learn, but also to set the rule that that diversity has to be respected and protected. Therefore, I like to demonstrate that anybody can have apparently what is called a stupid question, and a stupid question or a stupid behavior may be interpreted as diversity too, diversity that sometimes is discriminated, marginalized, and so on and so forth. But in fact, once we look at that stupid question or at that stupid behavior, we can always, I believe, recover something very positive about it. Whether because we haven't understood the question properly, whether because it has touched in us something that maybe is surprising and has modified our own limitations, whether simply because we are so superficial to just dismiss it as, again, laughable or simply, not worth looking at. And I try to put this rule very much up front because I believe in the power of the group. And by that I mean simply that to learn, to grow, to overcome those very limitations we all have, even if they move or change over time, but we tend to actually rely so much on them to protect our own identities, and I'm coming here to the psychological effect. I believe that the group is extremely important. The more cohesive, the more understanding, the more respectful, I think the greater the experience of learning. So one individual who may have a stupid question has to ask himself, how far can I rely on the group? And the group has to understand, on the other hand, that it always have to protect the members of that group, no matter how stupid the question may seem up front. And to conclude, I would just like to underline the fact that laughter, even if I've used it earlier in a negative sense, is a very, very good way to actually help mediate through some of those difficult moments whereby there are tensions due to this diversity. But laughter is a very universal behavior we all have, and a good a good laughter is, if not too false, not perceived as too imposed upon, a very good way of letting those negative energies out and bringing everybody on board. Thank you.